refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the best football show in all the world, FCC. How are we doing, everybody? How's life? How's your day going? How's your morning going? Mine is absolutely spectacular. Why? Because I'm here talking football. Best thing in the world. Ain't nothing better than that. Ain't nothing better than getting ready for the NFL season that is so around the corner. I mean, we've got some news that we do have to discuss. I'm a little disgusted with this NFL player, but Josh Jacobs is in a heap world of trouble after so many of us just sat here and said, man, gotta be impressed with how quiet the NFL is right now, that the only stories we're getting is AJ Brown didn't invite nobody to his wedding. Oh no, my heart. He don't like y'all, he leaving. But then here we go. We did get some unfortunate bad news, and Josh Jacobs, he's in a world of trouble right now. The Green Bay Packers quite possibly could be without their running back sometime this year. He's I think he has like 5 counts of problematic suits, basically, battery. I think one was you know what? Because we're not here for that, to be quite honest with you, but it's not looking too good for Josh Jacobs. So the Green Bay Packers are right now basically getting ready to start looking for another running back. So that is unfortunate. Again, as we discussed, Aaron Rodgers had decided to stay with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that being said, with him staying with the Steelers, that would most likely be one of the first team we'll start with. We do have OTAs going on right now, so that's some upward good news outside of the Josh Jacobs news. So OTAs have begun. We have Patrick Mahomes. I told y'all he's going to be ready week 1, baby. Patrick Mahomes is on the field in cleats. He's got the thing on his leg. That's fine. But he's in cleats. He's in a helmet, and he's out there in his jersey, and he's throwing balls, all right? So we got Patty Holmes on the field, as I told y'all it was going to happen. He will most likely be at training camp. He will most likely get a couple of things. He might not play any preseason. Let's be real. He probably won't play anything in preseason. But he'll be ready week 1. Patrick Mahomes will be ready week 1. Justin Fields will be ready just in case Pat can't play the first 4 weeks. Just if they want to put him on the PUP list, just to basically just keep him, give him a little bit more extra time. Ain't nothing ever wrong with a little bit of extra time to heal. But Patty Holmes is on the field, guys. He's on the field. All right. So OTAs are in full swing. We got quarterbacks in OTA training, getting ready to start training up, guys. So we are almost there. But while they're doing OTAs, we still have schedules to basically discuss and go through. And as I said, we have Pittsburgh Steelers up first as best team to talk about right now. Aaron Rodgers did decide to stay, but he also decided this is his last year. Okay, so there is no more Aaron Rodgers after this year with the Steelers. Does this mean the Steelers are pushing for that last Super Bowl run with Aaron Rodgers. Absolutely. You bet you put all money. That's what they're gonna try to do. Are they gonna be able to do it? Being a powerhouse, I don't think so. I think even with Mike McCartney, Pittsburgh are probably gonna stay in full Pittsburgh form, 9-10 wins, get the division, and get into the playoffs. That's most likely the formula they'll most likely stick to. Thank you guys for coming in with the comments already. We will get to those comments at the end of the show. I do appreciate you guys. When I look at the Steelers now, so to me, their running game is still questionable. I don't really see anybody in the backfield that threatens defenses for the run game. However, we will probably see Aaron Rodgers back in Aaron Rodgers form. I would say back in the days of Green Bay, Mike McCartney did have a playbook, and we did see a lot of shuffling and moving with Aaron Rodgers in the pocket and getting guys like Jordy Nelson open, Randall Cobb open. Now he has DK Metcalf, and he also has I can't think of his name from the Colts. I'll think of it when it comes to me. But he actually has good receivers to the point DK Metcalf ain't getting double teamed, guys. No. DK Metcalf, and mind you, DK Metcalf can perform against a double team. I don't really have too many problems with that. It's just mostly his attitude and how he checks out in games. That's my biggest issue with DK Metcalf. But DK Metcalf ain't getting double teamed. No, not with the receivers that they have. So it's going to be a lot of good matchups this year for the Pittsburgh Steelers that could win them a lot of games. Now, for me personally, I have them winning 9-8. I try to keep it as simple as possible, looking at the play teams that they're playing, and I try not to do too much. Like if I already had them losing to Tampa because I picked Tampa, and I still think Tampa's a good enough team to beat Pittsburgh. By looking at Pittsburgh's schedule and going through games, I'm not going to change. That wasn't a game I was going to change. Maybe the Houston Texans game. I do have them losing to the Texans. That's a game if they do win, give them 10. They're also, now mind you, I have them going 3-3 in the division, but obviously they're going to have to steal one of the division wins, and that's any team in this division. I have them all going 3-3, which means they have a cushion where one of them is going to obviously have to steal to get into the playoffs. Who that is, I'll be honest, I have no idea who that's going to be. Hell, Pittsburgh and Baltimore played themselves each other in the last game. That right there in itself could be your playoff team. Or them two playing, whoever wins or loses is the reason why Cincinnati got in or didn't get in. So this division is actually going to be pretty tight when it comes to their divisional race and who gets the division win at the end of the season. But right now, let's see, we have week 1 at home against Atlanta. That's a win because Atlanta's going to be dog water. Week 2, we have New England. I think New England is going to be as bad as Minnesota, and Minnesota actually might be better than New England this year. Excuse me. I think New England is dealing with a lot, and maybe we all could be wrong. Everybody can be talking about the Patriots. They don't do nothing, and they have their little talk. They might struggle the first couple of games, and they bounce. Patriots are right back at it, being the top 10. Who knows? We really don't know what the outcome of all this is going to be. As of right now, the faith in the team, based off with everything that's happened, is just what I don't have. So that's why I'm giving them a loss to the Steelers in week 2. Week 3, Cincinnati Bengals, because it's a home game, that's a win. Thursday night on the road against Cleveland, that's a loss. So right now, in the first 4 games, they're 2-2, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's not too far-fetched for the Steelers, especially coming in with a new coach. But you still have Aaron Rodgers, you still have guys that know the offense, you still have guys that know that they're on the defense. So probably the best defense Mike McCarthy may have in this NFL career, to be quite honest with you. He inherited a great defense. I can't lie about that. Let's see what he does with it. Indianapolis. I don't have Indianapolis in week 5. I don't have Indianapolis being good at all this year. All smiles and all that they want, but I don't think they're going to be good. But we got Indianapolis Colts. That's a win. Week 6 on the road against Tampa. That's a loss. Week 7 overseas in New Orleans. I'm giving that a loss just because I don't know. I don't see the Steelers going overseas and winning this game on the road. I just that's So it's harder for the road team to go overseas and win the game. You get cheers on both sides, but I don't know. Maybe it's the feeling. I'm not, I really don't know what causes it, but home teams have more advantages, depending, unless you're just, a juggernaut team going against a crap team. It's different. But I'm going to give, because New Orleans is playing home overseas, I'm giving them the win in that one. However, that's a game that the Steelers can steal to get them to 10 wins, 10, 11 wins. We have a home game against Cleveland in week 8. That's a win. We have a bye week in week 9. Sunday night football on the road against Cincinnati is a loss. Late afternoon game on Wednesday on the road against Philly. I'm giving them a win on that one. I think Philly is actually going to struggle between week 7 and week 12. I don't know why, but I just think Philly's going to struggle a little bit. Not too bad, but they're going to. I think there's a bump that they're going to hit. When I think it's when the weather changes. Not that the players can't play in the cold, but you're not as accurate as you are when good weather is playing versus inclement weather. You know what I mean? And during that time, depending on how many games they have inside or outside, I think Philly might struggle just a little bit because it's going to kind of be a new Philly team. So Philly ain't going to be as much of a juggernaut as people think they will be. I think they're going to be okay, but I don't think they're going to be a juggernaut this year. All right, so Denver in week 12 at home, that's a loss. Week 13, Sunday night football against Houston at home is a loss. Week 14, Monday night football on the road against Jacksonville is a win. Week 15 at home against Baltimore is a win. Week 16 at home against Carolina is a win. Week 17 on the road against Tennessee is a win. So they have 4 games. A 4-game win streak. Could be 5. They could finish the game. They could finish the season on a 5-game winning streak if in week 18 on the road in Baltimore they beat Baltimore. Again, for divisional purposes, just to get the record. That's why I give 3-3 balance to most teams, just to kind of figure out the rest of their record, what I believe their record could be. So this is a 9-8 record with potential to win 11 games. I think they have an upward. They can win an upward increase of 11 games. 6-2 at home, 3-6 on the road, 3-3 for the division. They have 4 primetime games. I only have them winning 1 of those 4 in primetime. All right, Cleveland Browns are up next. So we have the Cleveland Browns. What do they have? They have 2 quarterbacks. They're going with, obviously, I think they're going with Deshaun Watson to start. They're already saying Shedeur is throwing too many interceptions in training camp. Blah, 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 blah. Again, I don't care about interceptions in training camp. It's training camp. It's OTAs. Are you serious right now? I need those now, so I don't get those in week 1. You understand what I'm telling you? So screw all that. But we don't really know who they're going with. Just let's be real and honest. We don't know who they're going with right now. However, depending on who the quarterback is, if you look at the makeup of the Browns, they are a good team. The Browns actually have a fighting squad. They have a running back, young, fresh, ready to go. They got a receiving core. They have a wonderful defense led by a great defender in Myles Garrett. Okay, so they have pieces. They do. We got to see what the new head coach is going to do. I don't think they're going to come out. So here's where I'm going to probably sound controversial. I have them winning, I think, 10 or 11 games. But it's weird because I don't think they're going to be – if they get into the playoffs, if the Browns make it to the playoffs with these wins, depending on who the quarterback is, I do believe they get knocked out in the first round. So, and that is because with those 10, 11 wins, I can say they have a pretty easy schedule. Like it's second to none easy. Like it's Jackson outside of their division, right? It's Jacksonville, Carolina, the Jets, Titans, New Orleans, Raiders, Falcons, Giants, Colts. Like this is outside their division. That's who they have to face. Them ain't nobody. And if honestly, with the core makeup of what the Browns have and defensively what the Browns have, they can win all those games against those teams. Like they're not hard teams to play against at all. None of the teams that I just mentioned. Do I have them again? That's why I have them with 11 wins because of who they're playing. Jacksonville might be the one that gives them a lot. Obviously, I have them losing that game in week 1 because I don't have the Browns, picking it up or getting it together in week 1. Tampa, I have them beating Tampa. in week 2, but that's a game they could lose. I honestly have them winning this game because I don't think Tampa needs more than 12 wins. That's really why. But I also do believe that the Cleveland Browns defensively would actually cause the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to probably turn the ball over and lose the game in that way. In week 3, they have the Carolina Panthers. I have them winning that game. Week 4, Thursday Night Football against Pittsburgh. I have them winning that game. It's a home game. Week 5 on the road, I have them beating the Jets. Week 6 at home, I have them beating Baltimore. Week 7 on the road, I have them beating Tennessee. Week 8, Pittsburgh on the road, that's a loss. Week 9 on the road, New Orleans, that's a win. And it's funny, their road wins are easy as hell. They don't have too many, they got Carolina at home, but look at their road wins, right? They're going to lose one to Jacksonville in week 1, but they're away at the Jets. Okay, that's going to be an easy game. Away at Tennessee, it's not going to be too hard. Away in New Orleans, again, not going to be too hard. So it's like they have a pretty easy schedule, man. A pretty easy schedule. Let's see. Houston at home, I gave them a loss. Bye week in week 11. Week 12 at Vegas. Home against Vegas, that's a win. Week 13, home against Cincinnati is a win. Week 14, home against Atlanta is a win. Week 15, away against New York is a loss. Week 16, away against Baltimore is a loss. Week 17, at home against Indiana is a win. And week 18, away against Cincinnati is a loss. And that gives them 11-6. 11-6. 7-1 on the road, but I don't think that's going to stand. I do think they're probably going to flop one of those. Like, they're going to lose one of those divisional home games, but they're also going to win one on the road. So I think that's what that. A lot of these teams I do have going 7-1, but it's not far fetched either. Because last year, one team went 8-1, 4 teams went 7-2, 4 teams went 6-2. So it's really not, and that's for home games. So it's really not far fetched for a lot of teams to have more home wins than they do road wins, obviously. So again, home is 7-1. On the road, they're 4-5, 3-3 in the division. They have one primetime game, and they're 1-0 in their primetime game. So again, 11-6 for the Cleveland Browns. It's not a far-fetched record. They could even still go 11-6 and not make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because again, they could lose. They could probably just go 3-3 for the division. And that's not enough for them to obviously get into the playoffs because Pittsburgh or Baltimore or even Cincinnati ended up winning more divisional games to get to that, to get that playoff berth. So let's see. Next up, we are going to do the Cincinnati Bengals. So I got a lot riding on these Bengals. I'm not gonna lie. It's do or die at this point because if the Cincinnati Bengals do not have a successful season this year, just stop it all. Just break the whole band up. Send Burrow somewhere else. Start over completely because between Carson Palmer, give y'all some history, right? Andy Dalton, and now Joe Burrow. What's going on, Cincinnati? Seriously, what's going on? Those aren't bad quarterbacks that I just named, and yet Cincinnati can't get anywhere outside of one Super Bowl appearance with said Joe Burrow. Outside of him being a great football player, his durability is probably one of the most questionable things. Something I questioned him coming in when he was a rookie. It just hasn't disappeared. We can officially say the Cincinnati's Super Bowl run lies fully on Joe Burrow. Seriously. When he can play football, when he is healthy and ready to go, they win so many football games. Defense needs to get so much better, but they win football games with this kid. When he is out, they are not good. He's out a lot because he can't stay healthy. You can blame the line. You can blame him. That's a lot of blame going around with no wins for this city. So there is a lot riding on Cincinnati this year. And if they don't do it, here's my thing. If we talk Josh Allen a lot. We come over here, we put Lamar Jackson in the same pot. We give him hell about him not winning in the playoffs and him not doing this. And we Burrow, it's your turn. It's your turn, Burrow. Like, something has to happen, or you are about to be in the same category as these cats that can't win games in big moments. They're not. I mean, at this point, we're going to start calling these guys. We're not going to call them leaders. Like, if Patrick Mahomes comes off this injury and walks back into this season and walks his ass right back into that Super Bowl spot, I don't want to hear nothing else about Burrow, Lamar Jackson, or Josh Allen. No more conversations at all. If he walks in and does this to anybody, it's over. You all can't compare to this man. And that's going to be pretty sad. You understand? So there is a lot riding on Cincinnati and Joe Burrow this season. You pay these receivers all this money knowing you need an offensive line, knowing you needed a better defense. But you did it anyway. That was your important structure. Paying these guys, making them happy so you can go win football games. So all three of you that got y'all money, ain't nothing else you can do now but go out here and win football games. Now, with that being said, with the Cincinnati Bengals, I could possibly say they have it's not an easy schedule, but I think it's a fair enough schedule that can get them 12 wins. I do believe so. It all starts with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They do have to beat Tampa Bay week 1 at home. That is a very important win because if they can do that for the first 5 weeks, they can be 4-1. If they're 4-1 in the first 5 weeks, something that they're normally not. They're normally 0-5, 1-5, 2-3. They don't really start the season off strong. They have to. They do not have a choice. They have to. Okay. Week 1 at home, Tampa Bay is a win. Week 2 away against Houston is a win. Week 3 away against Pittsburgh Steelers is a loss. Week 4 at home against Jacksonville, that's a win. Week 5 against Miami on the road, that's a win. They have a week 6 bye week. I hate early bye weeks, but after that, these boys gonna have to foot it. Okay. Week 7 on the road is Baltimore Ravens. Week 8 at home is the Tennessee Titans. Week 9 overseas on the road is the Atlanta Falcons for a win. They got a win against Tennessee. Sorry about that. They got a loss against Baltimore. Sunday Night Football against Pittsburgh at home is a win. Monday night against Washington is a loss. In week 12 at home against New Orleans, that's a win. Week 13 on the road against Cleveland is a loss. Week 14 at home against Kansas City is a loss. They'll meet each other again in the playoffs if Cincinnati makes the playoffs. Week 15 on the road against Carolina is a win. Week 16 against Indianapolis Colts on the road is a win. Thursday night in week 17 against Baltimore is a win. That's a home game. And week 18 at home against Cleveland is a win. So their last 4 games, I do have them winning all 4 of them, with 2 of them being easy road teams and the last 2 games being home, very, very important home wins. 12-5 as a record, 7-1 at home, 5-4 on the road, 3-3 for the division, 3 primetime games, 2-1 in primetime. Cincinnati should win this division unless they go 12 wins and Baltimore or Pittsburgh steals an extra division win, giving them the divisional win and getting them a playoff spot. Again, you can win all the games you want. People need to understand that. You can win all the games you want. If you don't win your division, doesn't matter. You ain't going to the playoffs. That's the most important part. You got to win your division. All right. All right. Last but not least, Carl. I know you've been waiting on this one. That's why I saved you for last. So I made a lot of jokes about Baltimore. Granted, I think that Baltimore is still Baltimore without Harbaugh. What they have to make sure they do with the new coach is just, okay, your structure is still going to stay. Like, you understand, if you watch the Chicago Bears, even with all the new changes that they've had ever since Urlacher has gone, the Chicago Bears still been the Chicago Bears. Nothing changes structurally with your organization. What you have to do is just make sure you find the pieces to elevate that structure to win. That's all you got to do. They still have the same exact pieces. They didn't lose anything. Only thing they lost was the coach. Okay? New coach comes in. Just play football. If you like his routine, if you like his playbook, let's go out here and show him we can win for him. He's got to make good calls. He's got to go up against great coach IQ. There's a lot that comes with a new coach coming in season 1. However, they are the Baltimore Ravens. They still are one of the greatest organizations in football, and all they did was switch coaches. With that being said, I have the Baltimore Ravens going 11-6. Not bad. Now, that record ain't nothing to be scared of. I'll tell you that right now. Again, this division is going to be tight. Without looking at the culmination of who everybody had, you got the Browns with 11, they got 11, Pittsburgh with 9, Cincinnati with 12. Do you understand? That means anybody in that division can win the division. I don't have anybody better than anybody in Division 1 because I believe that each team, as long as they have a structural quarterback, they all have pieces offensively and defensively, most part for except for Cincinnati defensively. But that means that one of these teams can steal from each other, and that is the best part. That's why this division is so tough. So again, I have Baltimore winning 11. Doesn't mean they're making it to the playoffs. They can, and it's going to come down to some specific games because they're going to have a tougher last 4 games. So it's not going to affect them record-wise. It's going to affect them if they don't win the division because their last 3 games are divisional games. Oh, why they did that to Baltimore? But that's what makes me feel that, yeah, they're going to have 11 wins, but I don't know if they're going to take those 11 wins into the playoffs due to how structurally bad the last 4 games of their season is. Like, it's at whoever gave this to them, y'all can suck it. That sucks. But anyway, week 1 on the road against Indianapolis is a win. Week 2 at home against New Orleans is a win. Week 3 on the road against the Cowboys is a loss. Week 4 at home against Tennessee is a win. Week 5 at Sunday night on the road against Atlanta is a win. Week 6 on the road against Cleveland is a loss. Week 7 at home against Cincinnati is a win. Week 8 on the road against Buffalo is a loss. Week 9 at home against Jacksonville is a win. Week 10 at home against the Chargers is a win. I don't think the Chargers are actually going to be very good this year. Week 11 on the road against Carolina is a win. Week 12 in the afternoon. Week 12 on the road against Houston is a win. I got a week 13 bye week, and then it gets ugly. They have a week 14 at home win against Tampa Bay. That's a loss. A week 15 on the road against Pittsburgh is a loss. Week 16 at home against Cleveland is a win. No, their last 4 games are divisional games. Oh, my God. So it's Pittsburgh for the loss. Week 16 is Cleveland for the win. Week 17, Thursday night, and away against Cincinnati is a loss. And week 18 at home against Pittsburgh is a win. They should, if Baltimore can steal those last 3 games, they're in the playoffs. That's literally how hard their schedule is. They made the last 4 games for the Pittsburgh Steelers divisional games. Wow. And I have them going 3-2 or 2-3 in the last 5 games. If they can steal one from Tampa, that'll help, but it really won't because their last 4 games, Pittsburgh, Browns, Bengals, Pittsburgh. So they have to steal a game in order to make it to the playoffs. It's going to be a tougher road for Pittsburgh, the Ravens, than a lot of people think. That right there, that's really tough to deal with. You know, it's easy to plan out those divisional wins, especially if you lose that first one that's on the road, or even if it's at home, you can plan for that next one that's going to be on the road and get ready for that. You can't get ready for Pittsburgh, Browns, Bengals, Steelers. Like, what? You gotta go. You just gotta go in swinging. I hope everybody get knocked out, because if not, you will. That's a tough schedule for your last 4 games. Oh, man. All right, so we are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will dive into the NFC East. The NFC East. Cowboys, Philly, Giants, and Washington Commanders. A lot of good teams. Let's see who's winning that division. I don't know who's winning the division. We're just going to check out their record. All right, so we'll check out their record when we come back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes. They gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out. I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back. All right, so we are hopping into the NFC East, one of the biggest divisions, one of the toughest divisions, and probably will be the toughest division in the NFC this year. These four teams are going to actually fight it out this year. I think all four teams are I don't want to say equally as good, but they equally have a chance to actually win this debate. Like, I don't have one team lower than anybody else. Record-wise, yeah, depending on if they can win games and steal games, yeah. But as them matching up with each other, again, it's going to be a tight race in this division. I know a lot of people are upset with Jackson Dart. And at the end of the day, no matter your occupation, and no matter what you agree with, he's a citizen of the United States of America. And you can say keep politics out of sports. But again, he's a citizen. And citizens are allowed to partake in political rallies. It is nothing in his contract and as an NFL player that says he can't. So you don't have to agree with it. I don't agree with it. But at the end of the day, he's actually a citizen, and he was being a citizen. You gotta look at it that way, guys. We can't bash the man at a rally because we don't like who he supports. Okay, I don't like a lot of people, but that ain't my. That has nothing to do with me. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. He's a citizen, and he wasn't in his occupation. Football ain't going on right now. He's all season. Okay? He ain't out here shooting up drugs. He ain't out here slapping people around. Okay? Being abusive. Josh Jacobs. He was being a citizen. At the end of the day, guys, you can call me a devil's advocate. You can say I'm supporting him. All I'm saying is I'm showing you a different side. He was being a citizen. That's it. Now, as for the citizen, I hope that support continues when you get on the field, meaning I hope you translate all that energy on the field and play better than you did last year. That's all. Because as it pertains to the sport of football, I have the New York Giants going 8-9. Now, this 8-9 record is tricky because they have the potential with this 8-9 record, if they can steal a couple of games, to win 10 games this year. Now, what winning 10 games can do is move them from third to second place. That's about it. Now, depending on how many other teams in the NFC make it into the playoffs, that could get to the playoff spot. It could. As of for now, I have them at 8-9. I have them with a losing record under 500, and that's just because we really don't know what the Giants are going to do with a new coach. We don't know if Jackson Dart went over that threshold and is going to play better with Malik Neighbors. So there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions with the New York Giants, and that's okay. 8-9 is not a bad record because, again, it's a raw record of just looking at their schedule. And, again, they have games that they can't steal. They can steal one from Houston. They can steal one from Jacksonville. They can steal one from either the 49ers or I have them losing both to the 49ers or the Seahawks. I have them losing to that division. Because do they play the Rams? No, I don't see them playing the Rams. That's weird. They're just playing the Seahawks and the 49ers. But 8-9 for the New York Giants. Now, week 1 at Sunday Night Football at home against the Cowboys. I do have them winning that game. And that's simply just because it is a home game for them, which is why I'm giving them the win. But also, pay attention, guys. Cowboys never win week 1. Monday night on the road. Oh, they do play the Rams. That's a loss. So I have them losing to that division. I have them losing to that whole division. They don't play the Cardinals. That's who they don't play. Oh, yeah, they do. They haven't beaten the Cardinals in week 4. Week 3 at home, Tennessee Titans, that's a win. Week 5 against Washington on the road is a loss. Week 6 at home against the Saints, that's a win. Week 7 on the road against Houston is a loss. They have a bye week. In week 8, they have an afternoon game on the road against Philly. That's a loss. Thursday night at home against the Commanders is a win. Week 11 at home against Jacksonville is a loss. So that's a game they're going to have to steal to keep their playoff hopes alive. Let's see. Week 12 on the road against Indianapolis is a win. Week 13 against San Francisco at home is a win. Is a loss. Week 14 against Seattle Seahawks on the road is a loss. So if they can win that home game against San Francisco, that would definitely help them. Week 15 at home against Cleveland is a win. They can't lose that game. Yeah, they can't lose that Cleveland game. They're going to actually probably fall to third place, and they're not going to come out of there. Philly will most likely end up taking second place if they don't win that game against the Cleveland Browns. Week 16, Monday Night Football on the road against the Detroit Lions is a loss. Week 17 on the road against the Dallas Cowboys is a loss. And week 18 at home against Philly is a win. However, I think if Philly has a tying record with the Giants, Philly wins this game, bumping the Giants to either 4th or 3rd place. So that is going to, again, it's going to be a tight race in the NFC East. All right, next up we have the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, Philly. Okay, I actually have them with the. I know some people are gonna be mad at me, Kev. I get it. I understand you're gonna be hate. But you know what, Kev? Hey, Kev might see what I see. I doubt it because I don't have a winner. No, I have the Philadelphia Eagles going 8-9. I actually think they're going to struggle a bit this year. I do believe that. So I have them week 1 in a late afternoon game at home against the Washington Commanders for the win. Week 2 on the road, Tennessee Titans is a win. Week 3 Monday night on the road against Chicago is a loss. Week 4 at home for the Rams is a loss. Week 5 overseas against Jacksonville is a win on the road. Week 6 at home against Carolina is a win. Week 7 Monday Night Football against the Cowboys at home is a win. Week 8 Sunday Night Football on the road against the Washington Commanders is a loss. Week 9 at home against the Giants is a win. They have a Week 10 bye week. Week 11 they're going to play at home against Pittsburgh. That's a loss. Week 12 on the road against Dallas is a loss. Week 13 on the road against Arizona is a win. Week 14 against Indianapolis is a win. At home, week 15, Saturday night football at home against Seattle is a loss. Week 16, Thursday night at home against Houston is a loss. Week 17, Sunday night away, San Francisco is a loss. And week 18, away, New York is a loss. I don't think that New York one's going to be a loss. Depending on how both teams end up fighting towards that battle, towards that, I do think Philly actually may. Yeah, they might come over. They might beat the Giants twice. They're gonna have to. Which is why I like this being the last game. A game that the Philly can steal, though. I think they can steal that Houston game. I'm still giving them the loss, just because I think defensively Houston is just really, really good. And I only have them winning, I think, 9 games this year. I don't have Houston being a juggernaut. I just think that their defense is a juggernaut. And the defense, I believe, will be able to beat Philly. San Francisco is a game they're going to have to steal. That way they're not down 3 games. or they could steal Seattle. But right now I'm leaving them 4 because I want to see if I'm right about the 8-9 record. That's all. All right, next up, Dallas Cowboys, who I actually have winning the division. All right, so Dallas they have a pretty decent schedule this year. Not too hard, not too easy. I feel like it's actually very balanced out for their competition. And if they go 10, and mind you, I said I got 2 other NFC teams going 8-9. They won't end that way, not both of them. However, I have the Cowboys only winning 10 games. Again, this division is going to be a very, very, very tight race, and it does come down to divisional wins in this division. Week 1 Sunday night on the road against the Giants is a loss. Week 2 at home against Washington is a win. Overseas in week 3 at home against Baltimore is a win. Week 4 in the afternoon on the road against Houston is a win. Week 5 Thursday night football, Tampa Bay at home is a win. Week 6 Sunday night football on the road against Green Bay is a loss. Week 7 Monday night on the road against Philly is a loss. Week 8 at home Arizona Cardinals is a win. Week 9 on the road against Indianapolis is a win. Week 10 late afternoon at home against San Francisco is a loss. Week 11 in the afternoon home game against Tennessee is a win. Week 12 home against Philly is a win. Week 13 Monday night football on the road against Seahawks is a loss. Bye week in week 14. Week 15 on the road against the Rams is a loss. Week 16 Sunday night against Jacksonville is a win. Week 17 home against the Giants is a win. And week 18 away against the Commanders is a loss. 10-7 on the road. I do have the Cowboys going 8-0 at home. I don't think they're going to go 8-0. I think they're going to lose one of those home games. It could be to Tampa, or it could be to Baltimore. I'm done. This is just for record purposes. I'm just trying to get a good, solid number for the record. Because when the season starts and I'm actually making my picks for the week, none of these wins and losses you see here would ever match what I do during the season. They all change. Because again, you got to go week by week. Then this is you're just taking paperwork, you're looking at things, you're putting things together in your head, and you're like, I think this can happen. That's all. That's all this is. A guesstimation, a what if scenario, fantasy schedule, if you will. I don't know. But again, it's just to get me a raw number of what I think they will do for the season. I have them 2-7 on the road, 3-3 in the division, which I don't think that'll stay. 6 primetime games, 2-4 in primetime. That could stay depending on the Cowboys. All right. And last but not least in this division, we have the Washington Commanders. Again, it's going to be a tight race in this division. So I have 2 teams going 8-9. They won't all both go 8-9. One of them, I think, will win 9 or 10 wins. And I have 2 teams, the other 2 teams, Washington and Cowboys, going 10-7, which one of those teams will most likely win 11 wins to win the division. Again, a tight race in this division. What I like about it is prior to the schedules coming out, I had Dallas and Washington fighting for first place. Whoever doesn't win is most likely going to fall to 4th or 3rd place, depending on what the other teams do. But the fact is that coming in, not knowing what anything looked like, that was just my gut feeling, just looking at everything, how the season ended on both teams, what they've done in the draft coming into this point, what they've done in free agency coming into this point. And prior to the schedule, I just said, I just feel like I have the Cowboys and the Commanders fighting for first place. I think Philly will not be in this dogfight, and I felt like the Giants could find their way and sneak into second place in the division. It could get them a playoff spot. It could not get them a playoff spot. That depends on what other teams in the NFC do. However, fighting for first place, I have Washington and I have the Cowboys. And based off their raw record of what I've come up with, I still think that dogfight is going to happen. As the same as the Cowboys, I have Washington going 10-7. Week 1 for Washington, they have a Philly game on the road as a loss. Week 2 on the road against the Cowboys is a loss. Week 3 at home against Seattle is a loss. So their first 3 games are probably going to be the toughest you could have. 2 divisional games, and then you play the Super Bowl champions. Week 4 overseas against Indianapolis is a win. That's a good way for them to get on their feet. They're going to start 0-3, but to start 0-3 doesn't mean your season is over. It just means you're having a rocky start, and let's get it together. We got a lot of games to still play. By week 6, I have them 3-3. That's a really good place for the Washington Commanders to be. Again, Indianapolis in week 4 is a win overseas. Week 5 at home against the Giants is a win. Week 6 Monday Night Football on the road against 49ers is a win. They do have to win that game against the 49ers. Week 7, bye week. Week 8, Sunday night against Philly at home is a win. Afternoon in week 9, at home against the Rams is a loss. Thursday night on the road against the Giants is a loss. They might have to steal that game against the Giants. Monday night, week 11 at home against Cincinnati is a loss. Week 12 on the road against Arizona is a win. Week 13 on the road against the Tennessee Titans is a win. Week 14 at home against Houston is a win. Week 15 at home against Atlanta is a win. Week 16 on the road against Minnesota is a win. Week 17 on the road against Jacksonville is a loss. And week 18 at home against the Dallas Cowboys, which they do have to win, is a win. So I have 10-7 for the Washington Commanders, 6-3 at home, 4-4 on the road, 3-3 for the division. They have 4 primetime games, and I got them going 2-2 in primetime. So again, this divisional race is going to be tight between New York, Philly, Dallas, and Washington. Again, I don't think Philly is going to make a lot of noise this year, but again, they still have enough. I haven't gone 8-9, but they still have enough on the team to win 10 games. So again, they will make this a fight, and it's going to be a fight all the way through. We're going to look at Philly in the first 4 weeks, 2-2. I mean, that's not a bad place to be, because again, after that, they go to 3-win. They go on a 3-game winning streak. What hurts Philly is if they do go those last 4 games and lose all 4. That's what's going to hurt Philly and drop them most likely to 3rd place, if not 4th place. So they have to win at least 1 to 2 of those last 4 games, or steal a game from the Rams or the Bears early. All right, so let's move over to anything in the chat. I thank you guys for tuning in and staying. Who we got here? I think we'll make the playoffs and make it past the first few games. We need another Super Bowl. It's been too long. Well, what team is yours? That would help me understand your question a little bit better. All right, guys, so I appreciate you guys for coming and tuning in. So we will be back next Wednesday, and we will be doing 2 more teams. So what did we finish off? We finished with the NFC East. So we'll do the AFC East, and we'll do the NFC West. AFC East and NFC West. So stay tuned for that for next week, guys. I thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate your time. I hope you guys got the information you needed for schedules that I predicted. And we'll see if those come to fruition. You know, that's the best part, is going through the season and seeing if I'm right about a lot of these games. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will be back next week. Coach loves you, and I'm out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.